Welcome, everybody. We are again here today, day 29 of our 30 days, 30 tips in challenge on burnout. And as I said, it's day 29. It's only one day left until we finish this challenge on burnout. And I hope that you got a lot of tips out of these 30 days, almost 30 days, and that you learn about more about mental health, more about burnout and stress and anxiety, and how you can actually protect your mental health. So today our topic is about social media. Have you ever heard the social media burnout? My name is Vasi Sarandopoulou and I'm the founder of ANTILONELINESS and psychologist. And I'm here today to talk about burnout, social media burnout, through the perspective of a psychologist. So what happens is that we have started using the last decade social media to an excessive degree. We actually are attached to our mobile phone, or our mobile phone is attached to us. And what happens is that there's a new repertorium of behaviors and habits that have started since then. Like, for example, we wake up in the morning and the first thing we do is check our phone, or we go to bed and the last thing we do is again check our phone. We cannot go anywhere without our phone. We have stopped actually calling our friends, but we communicate. We prefer to communicate only via WhatsApp or Messenger or other written, let's say, ways to communicate with them. Also, on the negative side, we have grown a new mindset around social media. For example, all the likes and the followers have made us feel a lot pressure in order to be liked. And we have actually equated how liked I am with how liked I am in social media. So if I get 100 likes, it means that I am a likable person. You see that there's a huge, let's say, connection that we have made, a wrong connection that we have made about our self-image. Also, we are constantly comparing ourselves with other people. All these social media images, it's only what people want to project to the outside world. But sometimes it's not easy for us to think that this is not the reality. This is just a part of other people's reality. And we keep comparing our lives, with the good and the bad moments, with only the good moments that they're displayed of other people's lives. So you can see how unfair this comparison is. Also, I don't know if you have heard the phenomenon of doom scrolling. With all this news and the disasters happening on our planet lately, we have become addicted into checking all the time news. Not only checking, but to see what has happened or what are the last updates, but also waiting and expecting that there's going to be a disaster, another disaster just around the corner. So you can see this expecting something negative to happen has become our new negative mindset. And it's so sad to hear about that, right? So in terms of mental health, what has happened is that we have been more prone to depression. There's been a term called Facebook depression, and it has been specifically observed in preteens and teenagers that they are constantly scrolling on their phones. Also, anxiety, what we said before, feeling anxious that another disaster is about to happen and waiting for the other shoe to drop is exactly what creates the anxiety mindset. Another thing can be a new kind of addiction. We are addicted to our phone. We don't go anywhere. We are expecting our phone and the social media to fulfill a higher purpose in our life, to make us feel joy or happy or likable or lovable, which is actually the root of addiction. Also, trauma can be caused from social media. People don't know you, and sometimes they can react to you or to your post in a way that it can be traumatizing. You can see people fighting over posts or over political opinions. That can be pretty tough at some point. Also, our relationships suffer sometimes because Remember the new routines that we have started. We check, the first thing we check is our phone. The last thing we check before we go to bed, again, our phone. So you can see that there's no good mornings or good nights with our partner or with our family anymore, because something else, aka our phone, has a priority. And eventually, all these behaviors and habits can actually lead to burnout. We can be so exhausted with all this scrolling that we completely lose the balance in our life, the balance that says that there are other real people around us, and they can these are the ones that we need to count on in order to get the real joy and happiness in our lives. So what is it that we can do? There are specific applications that they can tell you how much you use, how much time you use your mobile phone. And maybe you have an estimation about how many hours per week you spend on your mobile phone, but actually you're going to be surprised. Please install it, or maybe it's already installed in your phone, and see how much you use your phone. Maybe you think that you spend something like 3-4 hours, but maybe the reality is around 10 hours or 20 hours. Go and check. That's going to be the first step. Let's become aware of how much we use our phone. Another thing is set limits to yourself. If you constantly have your phone next to you, it's going to be very tempting to check all the time. Set limits. Maybe I will go into my phone for 20 minutes, or maybe I will check 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening. You're the one that you're going to arrange that with yourself. You know better. Also, check your network. See whether, if you're every time you're checking your news, there's always something negative from your network, from your friends or your followers. Check, maybe your network is too negative. Maybe you need to mute some followers, or maybe unfriend some people because they don't offer actually anything useful to your timeline every day. Another thing you can do is seek for more positive accounts, so that you can counterbalance the negative and or the complaints or the bad news. And also be careful and seek for helpful accounts, people that they're actually viewing the negative events in our planet, but offering something helpful and something supportive to that, instead of just complaints and just nagging or accusing and blaming. Also, beyond social media, engage with people on one-to-one, call people, meet people. I know with the pandemic it's not easy, but you know what I mean. Zoom, do Skype instead of just chatting with them via WhatsApp. Let's go back to our traditional ways of communicating with other people. And of course, go out, exercise. However, if you're a professional and you need social media every day in your life, still the same rules apply for you. See how much you use your mobile phone, schedule how much time you're going to spend, but also schedule your post. You don't need to be every day in front of your screen posting and writing content. You can just devote 1 day per week so that you can do the whole week's post and schedule it, and then you don't need to worry about it for the rest of the week. Of course, you're going to check for the comments, but this is also what we said before, during the allocated time for checking social media. So then you can have more control and a better overview about how much you use it. Also, don't compare your account with other accounts. That can be a very stressful habit, because every time there's going to be somebody who has more followers. Every time there's going to be somebody who gets more likes. That's a never-ending loop. Don't compare yourself with others. They started earlier. They have other mechanisms. They have other marketing plans. Do your best and take it day by day and grow, and slowly and gradually you're going to grow your audience. Keep track of time. Also select your platforms. Maybe you don't need to be in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, in all these things. Maybe some of them are your favorites and some of them are better for your engagement with your audience. So choose your platform. Sometimes turn your notification off. Also choose an unplug day during the week so that you're not every day in social media. And another important thing, something to protect your eyes, don't forget to put the blue light filter. So social media can indeed affect our mental health. And we are the ones that we need to take the necessary precautions in order for that not to happen. It takes only some balance. It doesn't need for you to just leave LinkedIn or Facebook or all platforms at once, or don't use social media at all. We just need some balance and moderation. Thank you very much for being here today. One day left for the 30 days tips, 30 days, 30 tips challenge on burnout. I hope you learned enough today about the social media burnout. Please take good care of yourself. Have a nice day.